Have you ever walked into a room and felt the conversation drop? Not just stop, but change. As if your very presence shifted the air from light to heavy. And every glance that flicks your way feels like a tiny, silent judgment. You're not imagining that. That's the sound of the shadow finding you. You felt it, haven't you? That strange pull in the air, the moment you realize someone, somewhere, is watching you. You can't prove it, but your body knows. Your heartbeat knows. Your spirit knows. You walk into a room, and the vibration drops. Eyes flick toward you, then away again. Laughter quiets when you pass. There's an energy, heavy and low, that hangs around you like fog. You can't see it, but you can feel it pressing down. Pressing you into a low frequency, a place where anxiety hums just beneath your ribs. It didn't start like this. Once you moved through life freely. Music, work, laughter, light. Then the shadow appeared. At first it looked like a friend, or maybe just curiosity. Someone drawn to your light. But the shadow doesn't admire the light. It studies it. It waits. It learns how to dim it. The shadow whispers stories, not to you, but about you. It doesn't need truth. It only needs an audience. And once the first whisper lands, the vibration changes. People start to look at you differently. They don't ask questions. They don't check facts. They just decide.
This is the first law of the shadow. It trades not in facts, but in feeling. It plants a seed of unease in the collective field, and then steps back to watch the garden of doubt grow on its own. Your confusion is its fertilizer.
Now every space feels like surveillance. At home, the silence is no longer quiet. It buzzes. At the gym, every glance feels rehearsed. In shops, conversations stop when you turn the corner. Even on vacation, the same energy finds you. Different faces, same frequency. The shadow has no borders. It travels through attention. And the more you notice it, the more it feeds. That's its trick. It wants you reactive. It wants your nervous system on fire, your sleep fractured, your chest tight with adrenaline. It wants to pull you into that low vibrational state, where fear replaces intuition, where you start to doubt your own perception. Your body remembers what the mind struggles to erase. CPTSD, that looping film of past danger, starts to play again. The smallest sound can trigger it. A phone camera click, a cough behind you, a whisper that sounds like your name. Your energy field starts to collapse inward. You can feel the depression setting in, the frequency dropping, as if gravity itself wants to pin you to the floor. And then comes the loneliness. You can stand right in front of them, explain everything, but they'll already have made up their minds. It's like shouting across water. Your voice reaches them, but the meaning sinks before it touches shore. So you learn silence. You learn how to hold your breath in public, how to keep your face calm while your pulse races. You become an expert in appearing fine. But inside, every vibration is a test. Will I rise above it, or will I sink again? Depression feels like static, like 1,000 invisible hands pulling you into sleep you can't wake from. Anxiety feels like electricity under your skin, and somewhere between them lives the quiet thought. Why me? What did I do to deserve this? You didn't do anything. The shadow chooses light. It feeds on people who shine, because light exposes what darkness can't face. That's why it follows you. That's why it studies you. That's why it lies about you. But here's the secret it doesn't want you to remember. every vibration is contagious. If it can pull you down, you can rise and pull yourself back up. Awareness is the first shift. When you see the shadow for what it is, a distortion, a reflection of someone else's sickness, you start to reclaim your frequency. This is the first step, the awakening. The moment you stop asking, why me? And start saying, I see you. You, listening now. You're not crazy. You're not broken. You're aware.
And in that seeing, you take back your power. The shadow is a creature of the periphery. It feeds in the unseen, in the corners of your perception. It cannot withstand the full, steady focus of your aware heart. To be seen by you is its greatest fear.
And awareness is the beginning of freedom. You start to notice patterns, not just glances or whispers, currents. The same faces appear in different places. The same stories echo in unfamiliar mouths. It's as if the shadow learned how to copy itself, sending fragments of its energy through other people. And the more they repeat it, the thicker the web becomes. Everywhere you go, the air hums with suggestion. At work, polite smiles that never reach the eyes. In the shop conversations that hush when you reach the counter. At the gym, eyes that slide past you too quickly, as if contact might reveal something they're afraid to see. Even in places meant for rest, the hum follows, the phone's soft click, a shape reflected in glass, a sense that your name has already arrived before you. You try to breathe through it, but each encounter nudges the vibration lower. It's not just fear, it's depletion. Your body stays tense, your pulse never quite returns to calm. CPTSD responses spark like static, a memory here, a flash of old panic there. Sleep shortens, food tastes dull, music loses its color. This is what a low frequency feels like. When the world around you hums one note lower, then your spirit wants to sing, and the silence of others cuts deepest. They just act as if they already know. You begin to realize how easy it is for lies to travel. When people prefer gossip to truth, the shadow doesn't need to convince them of anything. It only needs to keep them entertained.
Remember, the web is not made of truth, but of resonance. The participants are not necessarily evil. They are simply vibrating on a frequency that resonates with the shadow's narrative. They are tuning forks for its distortion. Your task is not to convince them, but to change your own station.
In that heaviness, depression waits. It's quiet, almost kind at first. A soft voice saying, don't fight, just rest. But rest becomes retreat, and retreat becomes disappearance. You can feel your frequency sliding, your world narrowing to a single thought. What if this never ends? Then one evening you remember what the old mystics said, that vibration follows attention, that even when surrounded by darkness, you can choose the tone of your own light. So you begin, softly, a breath, a prayer, a note of music, a reminder that you exist beyond their stories. Each small act raises you a fraction higher. It doesn't silence the whispers, but it changes your place inside them. You become the still point in the center of the storm, watching the web shimmer and move, realizing that awareness itself is power. To you, who has felt this web tighten, you know this feeling, you've seen what unseen energy can do. But you also know this, when you hold your vibrations steady, the web begins to tear from its own tension.
Light does that. It does not fight the shadow. It simply reveals what was only ever a fragile illusion, a story waiting to be outgrown by your luminous, unfolding truth.
And then it hits you. The weight you've been carrying, the currents you've been sensing, they press down harder than ever before. The web of the shadow seems to thicken around you, and for the first time, it feels like there is no escape. You're followed everywhere, even at home. The space meant for rest feels heavy. Shadows linger in corners you know are empty. The hum of imagined cameras, the whispering voices at the edges of your awareness. They twist your own mind against you. Every step outside becomes an act of courage. Every glance over your shoulder makes your chest pound. The low frequency pulls you further down. Depression creeps into your bones like cold water, slowing thought, dulling joy. Turning colors gray, anxiety coils around your chest and your body lives in constant alert. The smallest noise sets your mind racing. Are they here? Did they see me? What did they hear? CPTSD floods your nervous system with past memories. You're pulled into patterns you thought were behind you. A single sound triggers hours of adrenaline, and every day feels like walking through a storm. You can't see, but can feel in every fiber of your being. The public doesn't understand. They only assume, they only believe, and the shadow laughs in silence, feeding off their assumptions, off your vibration, turning fear and isolation into its sustenance. It feels endless. It feels like the world is against you, like the low frequency will never lift, and the only thing you can do is collapse inside yourself. But then, faint, almost imperceptible, a spark ignites, a thought, a breath, a voice in your mind saying, "This is not me." You remember that energy follows attention. The shadow can influence what others believe, but it cannot touch your awareness unless you allow it. The spark becomes a thread, a lifeline, a memory of your light, a moment when music, or laughter, or creation pulled you higher than the low vibration they try to force. You cling to that spark. It's fragile at first, like the first flame in a dark forest.
As you must, for that spark is not a reaction to the dark. It is not born from it. It is the ancient, eternal proof of your own light, a pilot light that never goes out. It was always there. You are only now, in the deepest dark, remembering how to tend to it. This is not starting a fire. This is remembering you are one.
But you nurture it. Every conscious breath, every act of grounding, every note of music or movement of your body strengthens it. You start to see that even though the shadow surrounds you, even though the web is thick, there are spaces where you are untouchable, spaces only your awareness can occupy. This is the turning point. The shadow's power over you is strongest when you feel powerless. But once you notice the mechanics, the lies, the whispers, the low vibration it spreads, you can start reclaiming yourself, reclaiming your frequency, your energy, your peace. You realize the shadow feeds on reaction, on fear, on silence. But it cannot thrive in truth, in consciousness, in presence. Every moment you choose to rise, every step you take to honor your own perception, you reclaim territory that it cannot touch. And so the spark grows. From that spark, a flame. From that flame, light. And even in the darkest moments, you can find it. Your pulse, your breath, your essence. The part of you that the shadow can never claim. You, watching now. If you have felt this low vibration, this constant pressure, this isolation, know this: you are not alone, you are not broken, you are aware. And awareness is the first step toward freedom. Even in the storm, even in the web, even when fear has wrapped itself around your chest, that spark remains. And that spark, fragile in appearance yet eternal in its nature, contains the very blueprint of the strength the shadow will never, ever be able to take from you. There comes a point when you stop running from the noise. You stop chasing every whisper, every reflection, and you turn inward because you finally understand. The shadow's story is not your story. It's an echo written by fear, a fiction that dissolves the moment you hold your own vibration steady. You look around, the same faces, the same hum of judgment, the same strange choreography that used to make your stomach knot. But now you see what it really is, a projection. Their eyes are mirrors, showing you how much power you still hold. They only repeat what the shadow taught them, because the shadow needs them to feel useful. Without them, its energy starves. You begin to notice how it all operates. Every rumor, every side glance, every assumption is just another low-frequency signal. And low frequencies can't survive in higher air. So you start changing your air. You breathe deeper. You speak slower. You treat your mind like sacred space. You fill it with sound that uplifts. Music, prayer, silence, whatever keeps your energy clean. At first it feels impossible. The anxiety still claws at the edges. But gradually, the tremors ease. The depression that once felt endless begins to lift, grain by grain, breath by breath. You start to sense your body again, the ground under your feet, the rhythm of your pulse. You catch yourself smiling at small things. Sunlight through a window, the smell of rain, a stranger's brief kindness. Each moment is a signal, a frequency rising. Each act of awareness weakens the web, and something strange happens. The same world that once felt hostile starts to lose its sharpness. You see the watchers as tired souls playing a script that was never theirs to begin with. They're trapped in the shadow's story. But you are not. You can step out anytime you remember who you are.
This is the great shift, from being an actor in their drama to being the audience of your own awakening. You are no longer on their stage. You are in your own observatory, watching the constellations of your own soul come back into alignment. Their play continues, but you have left the theater.
This is what reclaiming frequency means. It's not denial, it's direction. It's remembering that energy flows where attention goes. When you obsess over what the shadow says, you feed it. When you focus on what lifts you, truth, art, breath, compassion, you starve it. You start to see your pain as initiation. The low vibration taught you contrast. It showed you what fear feels like, so you could recognize freedom when it arrives. The anxiety became your radar. The depression, your call to slow down. Even the CPTSD tremors taught you where healing still lives inside you. Every symptom was a message. Remember your light. You, the listener, the empath, the mystic, the one who sees too much. This part is for you. They may call you names. They may twist your image. They may project their darkness onto your face. But you are still the witness. The truth of you exists before any rumor, beyond every lie. No one can rewrite vibration, so you begin to stand differently. You walk through the same rooms, but this time you carry your own weather. People still whisper, but their words no longer stick. They fall away like dust from your shoulders. Because now you know the truth. The shadow never owned you. It only borrowed your attention.
And you have called in the loan with interest. The currency of your attention is the most powerful force you possess. You are learning to be a wealthy guardian of it.
And each time you return to your breath, each time you choose presence over panic, you tune the instrument of your soul a little higher. From survival to stillness, from stillness to strength, from strength to light. This is how reclamation begins. Not with revenge, but with resonance. There's a moment, somewhere between exhaustion and awakening, when you finally see the pattern from above. All the chaos, all the noise, all the strange coincidences, they line up into a mirror. And in that mirror, you see truth. The shadow never wanted you to know that it was never real power. Its strength came only from reflection, from your fear, from other people's doubt. It was a parasite of perception. But now you can see through it, and the moment you see through, it cracks. The world doesn't change all at once. People still talk, eyes still follow. But the frequency behind them feels different now. You sense their confusion, not your own. The stories they repeat no longer wound, they reveal. Every whisper becomes proof of how far you've risen above it. Because when you're grounded in truth, lies sound thin. You start to walk differently. Not to hide, not to perform, but to inhabit yourself again. You stop apologizing for your light. You stop shrinking. You stop letting other people's projections decide your worth. When anxiety tries to drag you back, you breathe and remind yourself, I'm here. I'm real. I know my vibration. When depression calls you down, you listen to it like an old friend saying goodbye. Because you know now that sadness isn't weakness. It's the body asking for light. Each act of awareness polishes the mirror a little clearer. You realize that all along, your spirit was showing you the shape of what needed healing. The shadow was never your enemy. It was your reflection in distortion, a lesson in the physics of energy. The low frequency that once imprisoned you becomes the gravity that holds you steady. You learn to transmute it. You no longer fear the dark because you've walked through it and found your glow intact. And you, yes, you who watch this, you who have felt unseen, unheard, misunderstood. This mirror belongs to you too. Everything they said you were, everything they decided without asking, was just smoke. Only you can name yourself. You might still feel the tremors of trauma, the echoes of panic, the hollow of old depression. That's okay. Healing doesn't erase the past. It retunes it. Each trigger you survive becomes proof of resilience. Each breath through fear is a note of mastery. You're learning the art of vibrational alchemy, turning pain into awareness, awareness into peace. So the next time you feel eyes on you, imagine holding up that mirror of truth. Let them see what you see now, a consciousness that refuses to be rewritten, a soul that knows itself too well to bend. You don't need to defend anymore. You just exist, clear, unshaken.
Let them feel that vibration. You need not fight their noise with more noise. Your steady, silent truth is the most disruptive force to their illusion. It is an unmovable object in a world of shifting shadows, and eventually every false wave breaks against it.
The shadow still moves, but you don't follow its rhythm. You live in your own. The watchers fade, the whispers lose volume, and even if they linger, their words can't reach your frequency anymore. Because you've learned, truth doesn't shout, it vibrates. You wake one morning and realize you've stopped waiting for peace to arrive. It's already here, quiet, patient, humming beneath the noise. The same streets, the same rooms, but they feel lighter, as if someone opened a window inside your chest. The shadow hasn't vanished. It just can't reach this altitude. Its echoes are faint now, a memory of a frequency you no longer inhabit. You see how everything it built, rumor, fear, confusion, was made from borrowed energy. And you finally stopped lending yours. The world hasn't changed much, but you have. You move differently, slower, deliberate. You choose what you give attention to. You protect your focus like sacred fire. And each small act of intention raises the tone of your life a little higher. You begin rebuilding from the inside out. Sleep returns in fragments. Dreams start to come back with color. Music feels alive again. You catch yourself laughing, not because the pain is gone, but because you're no longer afraid of it. You start to create again. Maybe it's sound, maybe words, maybe rhythm, but the moment you let creation flow, light floods in. Every beat, every phrase becomes a declaration. I'm still here. I'm still becoming. The depression still whispers, sometimes. The anxiety still knocks. But now you meet them like weather. Acknowledge them, feel them, and let them pass. You no longer confuse temporary storms with identity, and you, the one listening, you can do the same. You can step out of the old vibration right now. Start with one breath, one act of presence. Notice the ground beneath you, the weight of your body, the pulse that never stopped beating for you. This is what healing looks like. Not erasing the past, but learning to carry it lightly. To let your scars be maps, proof that you've traveled through darkness and returned with knowledge. You begin to feel gratitude, not for what was done to you, but for what it taught you. Discernment, empathy, power. You see the way energy moves through people, how fear distorts it, how truth straightens it, how love amplifies it. You learn to listen for vibration, the way a musician listens for pitch. You sense when rooms are heavy, when voices are false, when souls are aligned, and you choose accordingly. That's how the chosen ones live, not above others, but awake among them.
This is the mastery, to move through the world not as a victim of its frequencies, but as a conscious conductor of your own. You are learning to compose the symphony of your life from a place of sovereignty, not reaction. The noise becomes mere background, and your spirit is the clear, unwavering melody.
When you reach this point, you stop needing to prove anything. You simply radiate. Your existence becomes its own statement. Wherever you walk, light follows. Not because you chase it, but because you've become it. This is the return to light. Not a destination, but a frequency you tune to again and again. Each time you fall, you rise faster. Each time fear calls, you answer with awareness. And each time you choose truth, the world around you vibrates a little higher. Now look at yourself. Really look. Not at the story the shadow told about you. Not at the whispers or the mirrors of misunderstanding. Look at your pulse, your breath, your presence. The vibration you carry is yours, and it has never been stolen. The shadow may linger in corners, in echoes, in reflections, in stories told by others. But its power is gone, because you have learned to anchor your awareness. You have felt the low frequency, walked through the storm of anxiety and doubt, and yet you stand here, conscious, awake, luminous. Every act of attention, every choice to rise, every moment you reclaim your energy, adds to the resonance of the world around you. You are no longer merely surviving the currents. You are shaping them. The low vibrations cannot touch you when your frequency hums in. Clarity, and even those who try to mirror the shadow, cannot bend the integrity of your light. You have learned the rhythm of survival, the subtle alchemy of turning pain into awareness and awareness into freedom. The whispers may still arrive, but now they drift past you like leaves on a river, noticed, acknowledged, and released. And so the epilogue of this story is not an ending. It is a continuation of the journey. The shadow may return, but you know now that it has no dominion over your essence. You have the tools, the breath, the frequency. You carry the spark of sovereignty, and with it, the power to shape your days, to reclaim your spaces, and to stand unshaken in every room, in every city, in every moment. To you, listening now, the chosen ones, the mystics, the awake, this is your inheritance. You are not bound by fear, not dictated by rumor, not defined by shadows cast by others. You are vibration, you are consciousness, you are the light that cannot be rewritten. So step forward and breathe. Raise your frequency. Move through the world with the quiet confidence of one who has known darkness and returned with clarity. Every step, every choice, every thought, they are yours.
This is your new story. Write it in light, speak it in truth, embody it in every breath. The path of the sovereign is walked one conscious step at a time. You are not just walking a path, you are becoming the path itself.
The shadow may whisper, but you have learned to sing. And if you wish to go deeper, to fortify your light with practical guides, meditations, and a community of those who speak this language, we are building a sanctuary for exactly that on Patreon. Find our spiritual protection guides and continue this journey with us. The link is in the description. Your sovereignty is your birthright. Let's protect it together. The shadow may whisper, but you have learned to sing.
And your song
Is freedom.
Stay lit.